Hello, guys.
Ahem.
Zueljin here.
Ahem.
DAINA, you want to bring us in?
Sure Z. Hello guys, Zueljin and DAINA here. Welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft Amplified server. We hope that you are having a wonderful day. Was that alright, boss?
Oh, yeah, that was fine. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alright, guys. Welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft Amplified server. As DAINA just said, we hope that you are having a wonderful day. Today I want to do something really cool, guys. Most of the time when I get on, I start thinking about what I'm going to build and what I'm going to decorate. And recently I have been doing a lot of netherrack forming in that little furnace section that I have over there. Now, it's really unfortunate that it takes so long to smelt things in that setup because I have to constantly get buckets of lava and constantly fill it manually, and it just takes forever. Also, I've been getting a little bit of nether brick, but this took a considerable amount of time to smelt in there just due to the fact that of the way that I have to input it. So I need to streamline it. I mean, I use nether brick so much and my builds are usually so big that I really need to streamline it. So I was thinking about taking this out and putting a furnace array. Now, I've done a little bit of research and I think that there's a few different designs I want to use. Tango and Mumbo both have designs, but I think Mumbo's is a little bit too small for what I want to use, and Tango's it doesn't use rail carts, and I'd like to implement rail carts because I just think it's a neat system. And I don't currently have any like that, so I think it would work well. But the build is pretty big. I don't know if I could fit it here because I'm probably going to come out the sides of the mountain. Plus, I need to trim that. So if I would go behind that furnace array, I would be pretty much underneath here. And I already want to take out some of this dirt and stuff. So I don't think that's going to be an option. Another place that I can go is possibly where the library stairway is at. So let's see. If we did... This might work. How wide is this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, it's not wide enough, I don't think. I would have to extend it, which that could be a thing, but DAINA, where do you think I should put the furnace array?
How about across from your bedroom on the main floor?
That is an excellent idea. Thank you. Because there's all kinds of space and I didn't have any plans for it. That would work well. It is kind of tight around this stairway though. Will it fit?
The industrial furnace array designed by JL2579 measures 6 meters wide, 19 meters long, and 6 meters high. It will be tight, but you can fit it there.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you.
No problem, boss.
Alright, so what we're going to do is probably set up this. Now, I took a little bit of initiative and I started gathering some logs yesterday. So we've got quite a bit of spruce logs to start with. That's going to be our fuel. Basically, what I'd like to do is load this up and get some charcoal online just so that we can have a starting mix, because I believe one of the things that the tutorial says that we need to do is have the furnaces full and ready to go. So I think this will be a good deal. What I'm gonna do, I guess, is get these to smelting because I'd like to have all of these done, and I'd like to chop a little bit of wood as well. I've never really used a tree farm down there until yesterday, but it worked pretty good. I did pre-fill the furnaces with lava buckets, so I should be able to get a bunch of these sorted out into charcoal. So let's do that first, and then I'll show you kind of how the tree form works. It's very simple. I'd like to actually do a tree form one day too. I'm just not sure about what kind to use. I like to assume as old tree forms, and I know they're quite outdated and stuff, but just for nostalgia purposes, I might do something like that. It might be pretty fun. I just need to find a cool place to do it. I could go into the castle courtyard and possibly do something like that, but I don't want to take away from the sides of the castle, so who knows, we'll see. Let's see, Oh, there we go. I was missing a bucket of lava, I guess. So you see how painstaking it is to load this each individual time. There are some furnace array designs out there that are absolutely magnificent. So I think I'm definitely going to go with that, and yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. So now that I got all these smelting up, we should have plenty to go. Let me take you down to the tree farm and kind of show you how I've been doing this. Okay, I got plenty of room for wood on me. So let's take the elevator down. By the way, I don't know if I showed y'all, I added some signs a little while back just to make sure that any new server members wouldn't get confused about how to use the minecart elevator, because when you look at it, if the minecart's down here, you think, oh, it's a slime block elevator, but honestly it only works well with the minecart in SMP. So I went ahead and put some signs so that people would know what was going on. But other than that, it's really, really good. I am also probably going to start streaming a few times a week, guys. I don't know if I mentioned this already to you guys on maybe another video or what, but I've been streaming a little bit more lately because I could get a lot of work done on stream and have some fun too when I'm not terribly backlogged on videos. I mean, behind on videos. So that's one thing I've been doing. So if you guys don't follow me on Twitch, you should. It's fun. I'd like to see you come hang out. Okay, so this is the area where I've been doing the tree farming. It's a pretty simple design here. You just take some spruce saplings, which the form kind of provides you, and I particularly don't like this design. I mean, it's very, very functional. Don't get me wrong. It's super functional, but it's not that aesthetic, you know, and I like aesthetic things. I'm sure you can cover this with carpet and stuff like this, but it's a little bit more manual than I would like. I guess I would like to wear the old school tree forms, like the ones that Asuma had. Imagine that this body of water had just some strips running across it, and there was planted trees on it. Now you can just run down those strips and cut wood, and you can do replanting. I don't know how efficient that is versus this design. I'm pretty sure it's not nearly as efficient, and they also take up a lot more room. So I think I'd have to jump on my old single player world and test that out. Another thing is, some people have been asking about my old single player world as a tour, kind of like Slip did a little while back for Sliptopia, and I don't think that would be a bad idea. I took some of the patrons on there the other day, and they seem to really enjoy the tour. A lot of it is like some very, very Minecraft as you know it stuff. So some of the designs and a lot of the aesthetics are really, really, really not nearly as as functional and pretty as the kind of stuff that you can build nowadays with the different blocks and stuff like that. But there are a couple of choice builds that I would like to show you, and some stuff from when we had community events on there that was really, really cool, and a bunch of nostalgic stuff. So maybe I will do that. If you guys are interested in that, you'll let me know, and maybe we'll look into it. But for now, I'm gonna continue cutting this tree down. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward. You just cut up until you get to the top in a stair-like function, and then you chop it all down as you go, and you plant the saplings over again, which the tree kind of just drops into the hoppers, and you just cut another one down. So it's pretty straightforward. It yields quite a bit of wood. Like we can look right now, I had totally emptied out my wood stack here, and let's look in the hopper system, and it looks like we have about a stack and a half. So every time I do that, I get a stack and a half of logs. Not that bad. So I think what I'm gonna do is get a few more of those so I can make some chests, because I'm gonna need a lot of chests and a lot of hoppers for this design. So let me chop a few more logs, guys, and we'll be back. Alright, you guys, I got a makeshift setup for where the array is going to go, and I think it's gonna go here. The tutorial kind of goes through digging out a portion at the bottom, so I figured that this would be best, since we're not even on the half slab, we're on the regular one, and right underneath here is actually going to be the storage room down there, so I can't dig any further down. This is going to have to fit, and it looks like it only goes up 3 high at places, so I have a clearance of 4 here, which Dana was right, it's going to be tight, but it should do it. So from what I understand, I need to place hoppers just like this all the way down, and this is where my furnaces are going to go. And the furnaces need to be pre-filled with a few things, actually. Uh-oh, it's gonna go all the way down to the end. they're going to need to be filled with a few things, and one of them is going to be non-stackable items. What JL suggested is like stone shovels or something like that, because they're not burnable, and that seems to work pretty fine, so I'm going to have to make a bunch of those. But the first slot is going to be with the pre-smelted, well, the type of fuel, and that's going to be the charcoal that we put together, so that should do fine. So I have this little setup here. Now what I need to do is get the furnaces together, and I need to place them like so. You can either place them on the opposite side so it's viewable, that's what he suggests, but I really don't think it matters as far as aesthetics go. I think the outside is much better as well, because you can kind of see that everything's functioning. So I'm going to do that on this side, and I'm going to do that on the front side. Now this little viewing area is going to be kind of tough to decipher what I want from it. So I'm not too sure how I'm going to do it, or how I'm going to work the entrances back into this portion yet, because this seems like it's going to be a little tight if I do it just like the entrance from the opposite of the bedroom. But maybe we can work in an entrance here to where, because this will actually be the accessible area. This is going to be where the chests, where the inputs and outputs come out and stuff like that. So I think it should be good, and you should still be able to see the entirety of the furnace setup light up. So that should be pretty good. Okay, so now for the rest of the hoppers, we actually have to get hoppers and face them inside of the furnaces, just like that. Well, to the back of the furnaces, I should say, but the inside hoppers should face outside. That's how it goes. So if you shift click on the furnaces like this, they just line up perfectly, and it works out well. And now after I put this down, I'm gonna have to do the pre-filling, which is like what we're gonna have to do is put 4 slots, like stone shovels in 4 slots, and in the first slot we'll have to put the fuel, which is going to be the charcoal, and we gotta pre-fill the furnaces, I believe, as well. So this should be pretty interesting. Alright, you guys, and interesting it was. So it's kind of an understatement, actually. So I had to pre-fill this row of hoppers that I told y'all before with the charcoal and the stone shovels, and I also had to pre-fill this new line of hoppers, this new chain of hoppers, with charcoal and shovels. And it took a lot of chopping wood. Like, I chopped wood all day yesterday. I totally forgot about Impulse's wither log form, so that would have been excellent if I could have got with him, but I totally remembered as soon as I finished it. Like, somebody reminded me on my Patreon server. They were like, well, you could have used Impulse's wither tree form. I was like, oh no. But anyway, I got it done. So this is the assembly so far. Basically what's going on here from what I see is everything has to be pre-filled so the system can be primed. And the next step of the tutorial that I'm looking at is a way to load up the fuel and the items and get the output. So I cleared out this little area here, and I think I'm ready for the next part. Also at the top here, this was something, I think it's going to be minecart controlled to be able to deposit all of the items to go into the smeltery. So basically what it's going to do, I'm thinking, is it's going to allow me to put stuff in a chest. It's going to load it up into this minecart, well, with a hopper on it, like a hopper minecart or a chest minecart. I'm not sure what it uses yet, and it's going to distribute evenly among the entire thing. I know I didn't have to use all powered rails, but I had a ton of powered rails, so I figured I might as well use it. That's how JL did it. I'm just going to duplicate his design because I would rather not take shortcuts. Another thing I know is this system, you cannot use any kind of mixed fuel. So you can't use regular fuel and then use charcoal sometimes and then use blaze rods sometimes. It has to be the same thing all the time, and I figured charcoal would be the most reliable to be able to put in. So I just wanted to bring you guys up to speed, and I'll continue the video tutorial. I'll continue the tutorial and bring you along after I get a little bit more progress done. All right, you guys, the confusion has really set in now. So this setup is actually really ingenious. Now that I'm looking at it, once I see something coming together, I can kind of figure it out. It's inventing it that's the hard thing. So big props to JL for this tutorial. But basically what's going on so far is that there's a dropper that I installed underneath this chest that's going to put items up into the chest from here, and the hopper chain is connected to both this line of furnaces with the hoppers underneath, and the other line if I could get around to it. So that line of furnaces that I have that's going underneath every single furnace is connected to these two hoppers, and that's going into the chest. So every time something gets smelted, it's going to go down there and end up in that chest. The line on top actually is going to be the fuel line, and basically I'm going to put a chest up here that's connected to this minecart, and it's basically going to drop evenly all along the top of here and into the furnaces. So I had to pre-fill this furnace, if I can click on it correctly. Let's see, I had to pre-fill this furnace with 14 items for some reason. There's some things that I don't understand about this, but there's a little comparator setup to detect what type of levels there are and everything, and it kind of just makes the system automate. So really, really cool so far. I'm going to continue with the design, and I'll be back. Alright you guys, it is finally done. I had to prime the system even more, but at long last, the system is fully primed. When you look into the chest, there's nothing, but I already have charcoal in this hopper. So now this hopper is activated because of the furnace that's configured with the 14 items in it, and everything is put in place. I actually decorated this with gold ore, and coal blocks, because I kind of took cues from JL. He actually did the I think he used lapis lazuli here, but this is to signify the finished product, this is to signify the fuel, and this is to signify the raw product. So pretty much anything that you place in here and any fuel that you place in there is going to be distributed evenly through the system, and then the actual system is going to spit items out into this chest, which is just going to be the finished product. In this case, what's going in is netherrack. I don't need to put any fuel in it right now. The system is already primed up, and it should work. I think I might have lost a redstone torch somewhere along the way. I'm hoping that that it doesn't clog any of the furnaces. I'm gonna double check this right quick, and then we'll run a test. But I'm pretty sure that that everything, oh, there they are right there, those redstone torches. Let me double check this back row right quick. I knew that it would have messed everything up in that case. So 2.5 items per second is what the tutorial stated it would run at. So I'm hoping to get that kind of result. But y'all, this was a heck of a project. I mean to tell you, this is 2 days in the making. So I really, really hope this works. Let's shoot. Let's put all of these in there, and it just should start distributing. Oh wait, I gotta do it at the top, huh? It ain't gonna pull no items out of there. Alright, let's put them all in here. There they go. They start sucking. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and they should all light up. The hopper minecart should release. There it is. And it lights up. Oh snap, baby. Alright, so it puts it in really, really quick, and it smelts out, and as soon as the items start processing again, it sends the minecart back. So this is actually a really, really cool setup here. Let's see, I'm gonna get on top after the next pass, and I'll show you guys exactly what it's doing. Alright, actually I should just pillar up right here if I had some more blocks. Let me do that, and I'll show you the setup at the top, because it's not intricate by any means. Well, the top portion isn't intricate. It was all this that was very intricate with comparators and everything else. So this is what it's designed to do. There we go. So, like, as soon as an ore processes, or a netherrack processes in this case, it goes off, it turns it around, it sends it back, and it distributes. It's a hopper minecart, and that little iron bar there and this piston is designed to hold the minecart in place. So when it retracts, it just goes out. Yeah, really, really, really cool stuff, man. This is an awesome, awesome, awesome project. Make no mistake, if you build this on your server in survival, this is a beast of a project. It is unbelievable. But thank you so much, JL, for the tutorial. I'm going to go ahead and link the tutorial in the description for you guys to check out yourselves. Oh man, and now I have to decorate it, but I'm so tired.
This was no small job, Z. We can decorate this next week. You should take it easy and finish up this episode with a few patron banners.
That sounds like an excellent idea, Dana. Thank you.
No problem, boss.
So, I guess that's what we're gonna do, you guys. I'm gonna meet y'all downstairs in the tower for a little Patreon banner design. So starting off with the Patreon banners, we have Aspie Gamer, which is Sella. And Sella starts off with a black banner. After the black banner, we start off with a little bit of lapis on top to give that top blue. Actually, yeah, that's how it goes. And a little bit of blue on the bottom as well now. And then we take black and we make a diamond around it. Okay, there we go. And then we take blue and we run it across the center, which the banner has to be in this spot here. So that does it right there. And then we take it back in and surround it by black. And that is going to complete the S, except for a vine that he had right there. And that is going to do it. That gives it just a little bit of curvature on the sides. And this is going to be for Aspie Games. I already have the signs put up, or Sella. Bam! S. I like it. It does some jigglies on the sides. It's a really, really cool design for a letter. Okay, next is Razzle Dazzle 1980. And Razzle starts up with a light blue banner. And then with the light blue banner, he actually goes into a gradient, which is with the blue. How does that look? Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, light blue to blue. That's a good way to save a layer, actually. All right, and then around with the blue to make it a border, like so. And then a lime green dye with an oxy daisy, just like that. All right, and then a blue. Well, actually, lime green all around first. Let's make that up right quick. We'll do 2 of each. There we go. And lime green all around to do that for the lime green diamond. And then just blue in the middle to put the blue dot back. Very, very cool. So that is for Razzle. Kind of reminds me of Iomoons. And bam, Razzle Dazzle. Next up is Wolfaroo. So Wolfaroo starts off with a red banner. And with the red banner, he does a lime green gradient. Christmas! And then he does a vine. Okay, so we got that pattern going on. Now 3 blacks, left, right, and on top. Okay, and then 3 blacks at the bottom as well. Just like this. Alright. And then he does an oxy daisy right at the bottom. Oh no, I'll put bone meal there. What's wrong with me? Oxy daisy. And then he actually does red and another oxy daisy. So boom, boom. And that changes it up to just the top, looks like that. That is really, really neat. I'm learning so much about these banners, you guys. They're amazing. And bam. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I really appreciate it. And I hope that you guys like the banners up here. Man, that is going to be about an episode. So I hope you guys really, really enjoyed it. Dana, you want to take us out?
We hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button. Also, if you would like to see more, you can subscribe to the channel for daily videos.
Awesome. Thank you, Dana. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, this is Zueljin and Dana signing off, and we'll see you next time. Bye!